So we all know that Jimmy Butler is quietly requesting a trade from the Miami Heat. Shams came out with an article saying that some of the Texas teams like the Houston Rockets and the Dallas Mavericks would be one of Jimmy's preferred destinations to go to. Same with the Golden State Warriors, and I recently did a Golden State Warriors Jimmy rebuild. Go check that out. Today we are doing just kind of the opposite end of the scenario. We're going to be trading Jimmy Butler and rebuilding the Heat. Before we get back into the video, I want to give a word from today's sponsor, Factor. Power through your busy days with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. From breakfast to dinner and anything in between, Factor has easy, nutritious options to keep you fueled and feeling your best. Whether you like a routine or enjoy mixing things up, Factor has you covered with 35 delicious meals every week and over 60 additional convenience options you can add to your box, like keto cookies, fresh juice, and smoothies. Don't let shorter days slow you down. Stay energized with America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service. Factor lets you choose from 6 menu preferences to help manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply keep you well balanced. Factor is cheaper than takeout and eating out, and you can put the money you save towards the holiday shopping or reaching your financial goals. So this is me cooking the chicken and potato bowl from Factor, and this is just one of my go-tos that I absolutely love. And like I said, Factor just saves me so much time. When I come home from work, it's about an hour commute, and the last thing I want to do is spend over an hour cooking dinner with all the cleaning, prepping, and everything that you need to do in just cooking a normal dinner. But with Factor, the new normal is just 2 minutes long. I can't tell you how much time this saves me throughout the weeks just to cut out of the unnecessary part of cooking dinner. With Factor, you can also round out your meals and replenish your snack supply with an assortment of, and you can head to factormeals.com/50 rings of steel. That's factor.com/50 rings of steel, and use code 50 rings of steel to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code 50 rings of steel at factors.com/50 rings of steel to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping while your subscription is active. And thank you again to Factor for sponsoring today's video. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? The Miami Heat, weird team. I don't think they're really competitive with or without Jimmy Butler in the Eastern Conference, but you know what? If you look at their advanced analytics or their net rating, they're not a bad team in the league. And right now they're hovering around the 5 seed in the Eastern Conference. They got off to a pretty rough start, but they've been a lot better as of late, and that's because they have an all-star in their team. It's not Bam Adebayo, who's having a down year offensively and probably the worst offensive year since his rookie season, which is crazy to say. It's not Jimmy Butler, who has been better as of late, but I still feel like at times doesn't even look like he wants to be there. It's Tower Hero. And he doesn't look like that anymore. He shaved his head, and Tower Hero has been a all-star in the Eastern Conference this year. 24 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, an elite 3-point shooter. And without him, the Heat are nowhere near above 500. Because you can look down on this team, like Josh Richardson has been abysmal for this team. Terry Rozier has been pretty disappointing for what he was in Charlotte. Jaime Jaquez isn't really taking much of a year 2 leap at all. Nikola Jovic definitely isn't taking that year 3 leap that people may have expected. Maybe that's going to come across the season. He's still 21 years old. They drafted Khalil in the first round over Dalton Connect, over Jared McCain, over Ryan Dunn, and he's going to be a backup for Bam for a long time. You still have Duncan Robinson. He's been fine this year. Still has not really a great contract. You have a 100-year-old Kevin Love on your team. So yeah, I'm kind of shocked that this team is this good, but maybe I shouldn't be that shocked. Maybe it's because of what Eric Spoelstra can do and how he's one of the best coaches in the NBA. But like I said, we are going to be trading away Jimmy Butler. I'm not sure if it's going to come right now or it's going to come closer to the deadline. And that's what I feel like Miami should do, because Jimmy's probably going to leave you in the offseason, or you got to commit $100+ million to him. And I really wouldn't want to do that at his age. His injury concerns over the last few years as well. The Clippers would be an interesting team, but they can't really get there. You would have to include a bunch of other players if you want to keep Harden, so we're not going to send him to LA, even though I think they could have been like a desperate Jimmy Butler team. I thought Memphis would be interesting, and you could get there easily with Desmond Bane's contract. I came up with some ideas that you could maybe do, like Marcus Smart, you could do Luke Kennard, you could do Brandon Clark, and we can actually have, I kind of like the idea for Memphis, but I think first off, we're going to try to send him to the Houston Rockets, because I think we can maybe get a better package out of them. So Fred VanVleet would make this easy, because if not, it would have to be Dylan Brooks and Jock Landale and potentially I think Jeff Green. Yeah, we can get this done easily with Fred VanVleet, but why would we want Fred? I mean, he is a good point guard, and then we could think about trading away Terry Rozier. I'd probably decline his option and then bring him back in the offseason. He's having somewhat of a down year. I mean, I don't hate this idea. I would want to see if I can get Cam Whitmore out of them as well. I don't know who I could send back. Like I'll send you Kevin Love or Josh Richardson. Could we do something like this? I doubt it. We're just going to offer this to Houston. Fred VanVleet, Cam Whitmore, this would be a nice trade for us. And a first rounder this year, probably going to be a late first for Jimmy and Josh Richardson. They don't even counter it. If I threw in 2 seconds, does that get it done at all? They don't even want to. All right, so say I would take this. I would take Cam Whitmore and Fred VanVleet for Jimmy and Josh Richardson. They're going to say no. If I throw in some seconds, can we get that done, or is that a no? That's a no. They don't want to trade Cam, probably. All right, so what about if we did Fred VanVleet, and I'm able to get, let's say, this swap best in 2029, and I'm able to get the Nets. Well, that's not theirs. This Nets first-round pick. So 2 first-round picks and Fred VanVleet for somebody that could leave in free agency. We don't really get a great player back in return, but Fred VanVleet is a fine piece. And I think the Rockets should be interested in Jimmy Butler. They need somebody that can close out games for them because they're such a good defensive team. But Fred VanVleet is not a number 1 offensively. Şengün in the clutch, I think it's too early to rely on him. And if you think you can make a run with a veteran clutch player, that is Jimmy Butler right there. Would they do this? They say no. All right, come on. I'm going to go to a different team if we're not going to do... all right, do I take 1 first rounder for Jimmy and Fred VanVleet? That may be all I could get at this point. They're going to say no. All right, maybe this is going to be a lot harder than I thought. Okay, maybe we're not sending him to Houston. But they are very interested in Pele Larson. But so am I. Like, I like Larson a little bit. I liked him out of Arizona. All right, so you know what? We're going to be doing this trade with the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't know if this one's probably going to happen in real life, but I do like the idea of getting Desmond Bane. I don't know if he's going to be on this team for a long time. Like, I don't know if we can have him and Hero out on the perimeter together. It just might not work out defensively. But I get Scottie Pippen Jr. and Desmond Bane for Jimmy Butler, who was probably not going to come back anyway, and Kevin Love. I'm going to accept this deal from the Memphis Grizzlies. They're going to have a big 3 of Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., Jimmy Butler, Desmond Bane having maybe a down year. He had an injury to start off the year, and they have a ton of depth around these guys. They don't really need Scottie Pippen Jr. They have Jalen Wells, Gigi Jackson, Vince Williams, Jay Huff. They have plenty of depth in there, Memphis. So we just traded away the last great Miami Heat since like LeBron, Bosh, and Dwayne Wade. So I'm not going to say I'm done yet. We're probably going to make some other trades before the deadline. Like, I think now that we moved Jimmy, I would like to see the market for Terry Rozier. And I don't think it's going to be a robust market by any means, just because he's having a down year. He's a smaller guard, not a great defender, and he's owed $24 million next year. But I do think I can get something for him. And you know what? I'm actually going to be doing this trade. I'm going to send Terry Rozier to the LA Lakers. Same with Alec Burks. We're going to be getting D'Angelo Russell, who we could maybe turn around. We'll see. I don't know if I would re-sign him. But also Gabe Vincent, who had the best years of his career in Miami. We will have to pay him $11 million next year, but we are going to save $13 million next year by trading away Rozier's $24 million, and we're getting Devo's expiring back. So we're going to make that trade with the Lakers. All right, so I could be making another trade. We'll see, but it's going to be Russell, Hero, Bane. I know it's not great defensively. Hayward Highsmith, who I think is one of the more underrated players in the NBA, just out of Wheeling Jesuit University, 28 years old. We got Bam at the 5. Jaime Jaquez Jr., Scottie Pippen Jr., Duncan Robinson, who hopefully can get that trade value up and we can trade him in the offseason. Khalil Ware and Pele Larson are going to be getting minutes. But I guess that's the issue right there. Like, I want Nikola Jovic to get minutes over Pele Larson. So, yeah, I think, like, after the deadline, maybe in the later half, like, we don't play D'Lo because I'm not even giving Gabe Vincent minutes here. But we do help out the depth a little bit. We're going to, I think, stay at pace and space. Yeah, because defense isn't great right now with this roster. So I'm sure Heat fans, I don't know if D'Angelo Russell would be part of that Heat culture, but he's probably going to be gone at the end of the year. Unless we can, I don't even know if we can work out an extension. As Nikola Jokic wins MVP, averaging a 29-point triple-double, McCain Rookie of the Year. Any shockers? No. Men Thompson gets Most Improved and Rookie of the Year, or excuse me, Sixth Man of the Year in the same season. I thought about, like, Atlanta being a cool Jimmy Butler destination. You would be trading him in division, but they can get to the matching salary with like Clint Capella and Bogdan Bogdanovic. I'm just saying it would be interesting, but I don't know if Atlanta needs another wing because they got Reese Shea, Johnson, and Dyson Daniels right now. We're all killing it in their own ways. As the Miami Heat this year did make the playoffs as the 6th seed, so it's okay. We don't own our first round pick next year now, or no, we do own it next year because this year it was lottery protected. So if we didn't make the playoffs, that means that the Thunder were going to get our first next year. There's a chance we're bad next year, so I'm glad that's open. 38-44 made the playoffs as a top 6 seed in the Eastern Conference. That is embarrassing. I think next year, if we don't get like a true point guard, I don't mind experimenting Tyler Hero as our point guard. Desmond Bane, I think, needs to be a 2. He's just, I think, too small, not as good of a defender at the 3, but he's still a very good offensive talent. We'll see if we can maybe win a playoff series. I don't even know. Like, we're taking on Atlanta. Like, it's possible to beat them. But I think for the playoffs, like, for defensive purposes, I actually may go Hero at the 1, Bane at the 2. I mean, this isn't really great defensively, but I think Devo's going to get, like, 10 minutes a night. I need a Jaime Jaquez to develop well. He's going to get 30 minutes. We'll go 30 to Highsmith, Let's go 37 to Bane and Hero. Nikola Jovic can get a decent amount of minutes. I don't think I'm going to play Demo for the playoffs, actually. I think we could just give those minutes to Jovic, to Scottie Pippen Jr., and to Duncan Robinson. I'm sorry, Gabe Vincent, and I'm sorry, Pele Larson. We just have too deep of a team right now. Game 1, we do win. Like, I wouldn't be totally shocked if we beat Atlanta. Like, Eric Spoelstra can coach his ass off, and there's a chance we would win this series. We're up 2-0. We just won by 1. We just won both games in Atlanta. Maybe there's a scenario where every road team wins, as that trend has stayed true through 3 games. Desmond Bane, 5 of 20 in game 3. Don't kill me, Desmond. Game 4, we do lose 138-113. Great. All right. So every road team has won so far. That trend ends at the worst time. We're down 3-2. So we won the first 2, and then the Hawks win 4 and answered. So I got way too cocky. I thought Spoelstra was going to pull something out of his bag. Tyler Hero was good. Desmond Bane, not so good. And I'm sure Memphis is happy about that. Also, oh my God, Memphis was the 10th seed with Jimmy. All right, that's not my fault. That's not my problem. Jimmy's in the past. We'll see where he goes in the offseason, as Memphis took a massive risk right there. Zach Kleiman hasn't really made like a big move like that yet. The biggest was like getting Marcus Smart, or I guess like the Jonas Valanciunas Steven Adams trade originally, maybe. But yeah, he goes for Jimmy. Didn't work out. Minnesota and Toronto in the NBA Finals. Toronto made it. Okay. And Minnesota ended up winning in 7. Do we see anybody on the Heat retire? We do not. So Hall of Fame, LeBron, former Heat, and Chris Paul. LeBron gonna get his jersey retired by the Heat. And we will not be owning our first round pick this year. That's gonna go to the OKC Thunder at 17. Like I said, I don't know if we're gonna be good or bad next year, so I don't know if I would love to get a first round pick in this year's draft, but I don't know what I could move to get one. Because I don't think I'm getting a first for Gabe Vincent. Maybe Duncan Robinson, because he is turning into like an elite 3-point shooter right now. And well, not turning into one, but he's looked very good, and it's a 1-year deal. We could see. All right, so I think San Antonio is looking to get some shooting around Wemby. Could I get the 24th overall pick in this year's draft for Duncan Robinson? Yes, I can. So we do have a first, and we are creating some cap space. Well, are we though? Because Desmond Bane is making a ton of money. That's like, I guess, the appeal for Miami getting like a Fred VanVleet, because they can open up that like second max spot, and we're gonna have to eventually re-sign Hero. Bane is making a lot of money. Like, if Bane does not revert back to what he was in like 2023, this could turn into a very bad contract in 2029. All I'm saying. So maybe we sell high on him at the deadline, and we hope he can play back to like what his original form was. The Blazers take Ace Bailey from Rutgers with the #1 pick. Do the Bulls capture the flag? No, they take Dylan Harper from Rutgers, and the Pistons are going to capture the flag. The Nets took Carter Bryant. Why? I don't know why he's still going high in these mocks or in these drafts, as the Wizards are trading their pick for 2 future first. Okay. And the Knicks take VJ Edgecombe. Sick addition for them. Conkinipple goes to the Jazz. Hornets take Noah Essengay. The Nets are on the clock at #8. Are they trading it for Şengün? Yep. Şengün always gets traded on draft night. I don't know why. They take Igor Demon. Trey Johnson goes to Indy. And to wrap up the top 10 is come on, my watch to the Pels. And I'm getting the 6'2" point guard from Arkansas, Boogie Fland, at number 24. I think that's a steal. I think Boogie's playing like a lottery pick right now, so I think getting him here is nice value, as I don't know what our point guard rotation is going to look like. Like, we have Scottie Pippen Jr. Maybe that's a trade piece, though. Maybe we just sell high on him. Like, we have the Rozier experiment. We'll see. Jovic is going to be a free agent next year. Hawkins in 2 years. Like, we got to figure out what we got in these guys. Kyrie Irving is a free agent. We're going to offer, I think, just Keyshawn, the qualifying offer. Christopher, that experiment's done. Drew Smith, not a bad defender. He's 27, though. I think that's done. And I think it's just cool having Keyshawn and Pele Larson, the former Wildcats who played together, on the same team. Like, D'Lo only wants $10 million a year, but I just don't think he really makes us that much better. And we have Gabe Vincent. We have Scottie Pippen Jr. We have Boogie Fland. I'm okay not really adding anybody there. I don't really know if we have cap space, to be honest with you. Yeah, like, we have about $8 million. And the only guy I'm going to sign is Trey Lyles. I don't expect this year to go all that well. So, yeah, we also have a $20 million trade exception from the Duncan Robinson trade, which is nice. Dennis Schroeder got a nice payday from the Brooklyn Nets, as Fred VanVleet goes back to Toronto, the team that was just in the NBA Finals, as the Rockets replace Şengün with Jalen Duren and also Naz Reid. Player progression, Bam regresses. I mean, you know what? He did have a really bad year. I don't know why Tyler Hero regresses. He had a great year. It's going to be a big evaluation year for this team. All right, so we're going to experiment Tyler Hero at the 1. We're going to have Desmond Bane at the 2, Hawkes 3, Highsmith 4, Bam 5. Not really the greatest defensive like perimeter with Hero, Bane, and Hawkes, so we'll see how it works out. Jovic is the 6th man, Pippen Jr., Ware, Vincent, Larson, Boogie Fland, all getting minutes. This is a walk year for Gabe Vincent, so if he's just like a negative offensive player, he's just going to get removed from the rotation. We'll get the minutes somewhere else. We beat Boston, but lose to Phoenix and Indiana. All right, that's a very interesting start. Do we start off the year 1-3? Yeah, we do. I'm not super confident in this team. I'm really not. Geez, we are 2-4 to start off the year. I'm not going to say there's a 0% chance we win the finals this year, but I would say it's kind of close. We are 4-5. I feel like we're going to be more valued as like slowing the game down, lower the pace. Bam. What's going on with Bam? Did the Olympics break him? Did dating Asia break Bam? I don't know, because he has been playing like garbage. So is Desmond Bane. Oh, God. All right, so we're going to keep an eye on the season. Also, did Jimmy Butler re-sign with the Grizzlies? He did, thank God. All right. Well, not thank God. I mean, if they didn't re-sign him, they didn't re-sign him, but they did. Did he get a max deal? 1 year, $52 million. Oh, I think Jimmy just opted in, actually. So who knows? Maybe he retires at the end of this year. And yeah, we're 20-32 right now, as expected. I'm glad I own my first round pick this year. Thank God. We have a negative 4.6 point differential. I think we could pivot to being a seller at the deadline. I don't know who that means I sell, as Tower Hero has been good. He has 2 years left on his deal, so we're going to want to bring him back. Desmond Bane, I think, has been fine enough. Those are per 36, where I could trade Desmond Bane, and I think I could get something for him. He's 27. We'll see, though, but I don't know. He's just not good as a small forward, but, like, we have Hero at the 2, so I don't know if I can make Hero by 1. Bam has bounced back this year. The threes are actually falling a little bit. Jaquez has been slightly better. Jovic, I mean, I could trade Jovic, too. I don't know if I'm bringing him back. Scottie Pippen Jr., no, you're killing me, dude. Kalel, I don't know what, like, his purpose is here. He's always going to be a backup. Boogie Flan's not been anything. Damn, Highsmith has been trash. All right, so let's figure some things out. I honestly think Desmond Bane, like, trading him should be an off-season idea. I feel like I'd be selling low on Scottie Pippen Jr. The only guy I'd think about moving would be Nikola Jovic. And the Spurs offered me Tyler Kolek in a first. It's just like, I don't know. Like, say Jovic wants $12 million. Do I feel comfortable paying him that? Do I think he's going to become more of an efficient player, a complimentary defender, maybe a good ball handler? I'm not sure. Like, he's turning the ball over a ton this year for his role, and kind of like, obviously he's not really a primary scorer. I could get Tyler Kolek in a first, which makes me feel maybe comfortable trading away Scottie Pippen Jr. at one point, and I get a 2030 Spurs first for Jovic. I'm going to do this. I don't know if I'm going to regret it, but I'm going to make this trade right now. Let's bottom out in a way and hopefully just get a really good draft pick for the 2026 draft. As Luka Doncic ends up winning MVP, Cooper Flagg, Rookie of the Year and Sixth Man of the Year. I guess behind like Ron Holland and Asor Thompson in Detroit, but you got to start him. Wemby is an unreal year and wins Depoy. I mean, yeah, like Miami's still a big free agency destination. It always will be. Like, no income tax. We are like rich history, good head coach in Spoelstra. I don't know if Pat Riley is like a good executive anymore, but like we breeded stars. I'm fine. Bam, good center to play with. He's got to come back better offensively. Bam's been slightly disappointing. Boogie Flan, all rookie second team, even though really didn't do much this year. We didn't make the playoffs. We didn't make the playing tournament, which is fine. Like I said, last year making the playoffs, thank God, with 38 wins, allowed us to keep our pick. Imagine we missed it last year. I probably would have went a little bit more all in this year. And we have some guys that could leave us in the offseason, like Hayward Highsmith could be gone. I think Scottie Pippen Jr., although I could be selling low, could get traded because we do have Tyler Kolek roughly on a similar price tag. They are the same age. Kolek is a worse overall. I could maybe try selling off Chloe, where I don't know if that's selling low either. And the NBA Finals are going to be the Cavs and the Memphis Grizzlies. Would you look at that? Jimmy Butler is in the NBA Finals. Will they get him a ring, or is he going to go 0-3 in the finals in his career? They won in 7, and Ja is your finals MVP. So, hey, you may say at the beginning of the video, Matt, why would the Grizzlies do that? They just got a ring for Jimmy Butler. Now it makes it a win for them. It really does. I think Kevin Love, retires, and Jimmy Butler. So they go out with a bang. They go out with, I guess, Kevin Love's second ring and Jimmy's first. So it makes it worth it for them. For us, I mean, we have Desmond Bane. Like, Jimmy would have left us, so we do have something there. And we didn't retire Jimmy's number. All right, I feel like Pat Riley and that ownership maybe thinks about that idea. So we have the 6th projected pick here in the 2026 draft, and we get lucky. We go up into the top 4. We get number 4. So there's a top 3 in Debanza, Boozer, and Peterson. I don't mind having the 4th pick, but I wouldn't mind also getting one of those. I would want Debanza. Now Debanza is going to go to Philly or LA, and we'd have to dangle maybe Desmond Bane to move up that high. Like, that's probably what it would cost. I don't know if I love that idea or not. So let's say the top 3 guys go. It's like Caleb Wilson, Koa P. I mean, we're finding power forwards that we could develop next to Bam. which isn't the worst thing. But the problem is, okay, so next year, though, I believe this is the pick from the Rozier trade. It's lottery protected, so we could be bad again next year, and that's fine. So let's just see how this draft starts. 76ers number 1. They take AJ Debanta. If this was Boozer, I was going to offer the Lakers a ton for Debanta. They take Boozer. Come on, OKC, shock me. Don't take Darren Peterson. They take Darren Peterson. All right, so I think I'm going to go with the power forward. I think we're either going to go with Caleb Wilson, the 6'10 power forward out of Kentucky, or Koa Pete out of Arizona. I think we're going to go Caleb Wilson here and hope he could be, or Nate Ament. You know what? I like Nate Ament. I think he's actually like the 4th ranked guy out of Virginia, 6'10. I don't think he's committed yet. But yeah, he's a 5-star. We're going to take Nate Ament. I forgot about him. So he and Bam hopefully could be the front court that can win us a title. All right, I'm going to make this trade with the Minnesota Timberwolves. We're going to be getting back Max Strus, who had a bad year in 2025. He got traded to Utah at the deadline, but had a career turnaround in Minnesota last year. So we're going to be trading for him. We're also getting the 25th overall pick in this year's draft. This is from the Karl-Anthony Towns trade that the Knicks gave the Wolves this pick. And we're sending Scottie Pippen Jr. to Minnesota. And we're going to be drafting Dash Daniels is interesting. He actually, I think, like, his name was in the news recently as he's playing now for, like, an NBL team. Obviously, the younger brother of Dyson Daniels. I'm going to take Derek Queen, who I think needs to get moved to the 2025 draft class because he's playing like a top 10 pick at Maryland. He played at Montverde Academy. Not sure if he was a 5-star, but definitely a highly ranked recruit. Top 100 guy for sure. I think top 50. But either way, I think doing all that, we could trade Khalil Ware. And then in the second round, we took City Gay, the younger brother of Muhammad Gay, I believe, just to be like a 3rd-string center for us. So we got a lot of big men there. Pick up the team option on Jaquez, Larson, and Khalil Ware. How did Pele do last year? Like, do I think Pele's going to be a wing for us this year? He was not as good. Not as good. So, Keyshawn, we may just let him walk, honestly. So, free agency, we don't really have cap space. I didn't move Desmond Bane, which I don't know if I could find a trade that would make sense. And we're actually going to make a trade in division. I'm sending Desmond Bane to the Washington Wizards. We are going to get out of his large contract. We're getting Ousmane Dieng, who was signed by the Wizards last offseason, 23 years old, good potential. We're getting a Lakers first rounder in 2029 as well in this trade. And we are sending them Desmond Bane. Dieng basically, I think, replaces like the Nikola Jovic role in my eyes going forward. So we're getting Dieng and a first. And I think for $10 million, that's not bad. We're going to save $29 million for basically the next 3 years. And even more in year 3 of that. So next year, like, we're not getting Luka this offseason. We're not going to have the cap. We are going to have notable cap space freed up next year. Like, there's a chance because Hero is going to be off the books. We could maybe finagle that a little bit. We'll see. Like, we're going to have Strus off the books. I'm going to think about trading Khalil Ware right now. So things could definitely get interesting next offseason. All right, and I'm actually going to be doing this trade with the OKC Thunder. We're getting a 1st-round pick and Nikola Topic, who wasn't really great last year, but gives us a point guard, like another point guard option. Because right now we do have like Kolek, Fland, which I don't mind trotting out there, but I think we can see what Topic could do. We're giving them City Gay, and we're giving them Ware, as OKC is definitely looking for some size. Hartenstein and Chet are free agents. I doubt they're able to bring back both of them, so they're going to kind of go there. We're going to bring back Hayward Highsmith on a 1-year deal. Gabe Vincent, just on the minimum, him and Max Strus just bringing back the vibes here in Miami, even though we may be pretty bad next year. We didn't use, I think, the Robinson trade exception, but we do have a $29 million one from Desmond Bane. And then, yeah, we're going to really look at the free agency market next year, which could have Jokic, could have Giannis. Like, we'll see what happens. I always thought De'Aaron Fox could have been an interesting piece for the Miami Heat. He does re-sign with the Kings in this scenario, as Luka either signs with the Clippers or the Kings, I feel like, whenever in these. Did J-Dub leave OKC? No, he stayed there. Chet stayed there as well. As Bam is our highest rated player, followed by Hero, Jaquez, Kolek, Topic. Yeah, it's a different era here in Miami. And quickly, before this season starts, I want to see what a Hero extension would look like. Oh, wow, that is not bad whatsoever. Damn, that's really not that bad. All right, because I could still have max contract, but I think I want to keep Hero open. How much does Jaquez want? 17 million. Why is Hero... I think we let Jaquez maybe play this year out, see what he can do. Same with Hero. All right, so this is what the rotation is going to look like. Nikola Topic, Tower Hero, Jaime Jaquez, Ousmane Dieng, Bam Adebayo in the starting 5. Nate Ament coming off the bench with Tower Kolek, Boogie Fland, Derek Queen, and Max Strus. I don't think we're going to be great defensively, so we're going to stay pace and space, and we're going to just see how this team performs. Our pick is lottery protected, so if we're going to be like 38 and 42. I'd rather just be, 30 and 52 just to get a better draft pick. We'll see, though. We do start off the year 4-3. We do lose to the Washington Wizards, who have Desmond Bane, our old friend. Tower Hero is leading the team in scoring to start off the year. But we are above 500 at the trade deadline. We are 27-25. We stand as the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. We do have a negative point differential. Like, worst thing is we make the 8th seed, we get bounced in round 1, and then I lose out on my first round pick. Tower Hero is leading the team in scoring, followed by Bam, who also, he's got 2 years left on his deal. Jaime Jaquez, I don't know. Like, I don't really know what he is. I may trade Jaquez similar to what we did last year with Jovic. I just don't know if he's going to be as efficient for this team. Nate Ment's really good. And I don't mind like a Nate Ment. Oh, God, why does Usman Jang suck, man? Like Scottie Pippen Jr., Jang stinks now. Maybe I can't make any trades. Boogie Flan's been good. Nikola Topic has been fine. Talbot Kolek at least has been good. Derek Queen's a fine backup big. I'm not trading Jang, but I think I may look to trade. Jaquez right now, who... yeah, I'm not paying him $18 million. All right, I'm going to send Jaime Jaquez to the New Orleans Pelicans for Isaiah Harwell, who was the 9th overall pick in the most recent NBA draft. He hasn't played yet for the Pelicans this year. Obviously, really not good enough. They have a ton of wings, so they're basically just upgrading the Harwell to the Jovic, and they're really kind of going all in this year. Did they develop Boston? His three-point shot has been inconsistent, but yeah, they do have, like, Giddey and Murray are there now, which is kind of crazy, and they're getting some more offense on the perimeter. So we're going to do that trade, and Harwell is going to be under contract going forward. For the remaining part of the year, I want to see what Boogie Flan can do as the starting point guard over Nikola Topic. I obviously want to give Harwell some minutes. I think he's going to get like 17 a night. That's fine with me. Kolek 18. I think we start Nate Ment at the 4 because Zhang maybe is better suited to come off the bench. Not sure about that, but let's go like 22 minutes a night to Zhang. I'd like to... wait, why is Max Strus starting? Well, no, I guess Zhang will start, but he's going to start at the 3. Strus, you can get like 10 minutes a night, and then the remaining 11, I'm going to go like 20... I don't know, 4 to Zhang. Let's go 27 to Ament, and let's go 30 to Boogie Flan. And Jokic wins MVP once again, 27, 12, and 9. Cameron Boozer in LA is your Rookie of the Year. VJ Edgecombe, 6th Man of the Year, New York. Wemby Depoy, Drake Powell, Most Improved, and Anthony Edwards, your Clutch Player of the Year. Darko Rajakovic, Coach of the Year. The Raptors have had a very successful video, and I'm like scared for the Miami Heat because like the way the NBA is looking, and I think just maybe 2K doesn't like Bam that much. They're heading in a weird direction, and I don't know if it's going to be like a hard reset for them. Derek Queen, our rookie second team, look at that efficiency. He shot 8% from 3. That is terrible. This year, though, we did not make the playoffs. Oh, okay, yeah, we did fall off a little bit towards the end of the year, which is fine with me. We ended up going 34-48. I think I'd rather that. Now I'm able to keep my first-round pick from the Rozier trade, but we don't own it next year. So that means I plan on doing something this offseason. Topic, maybe this experiment didn't really work out the best. I think Boogie Flan, maybe the starting point guard next year if we don't upgrade over there. Hero was good. Bam, I don't know. Bam's going to be a free agent next year. I don't know. Do we think about trading Bam? That could be a possibility. Harwell wasn't really great either. It was a rough year for the Heat. And Garland are your conference finals MVPs, and the Cavs 1-7, with Mobley being your finals MVP. So Paul George retires. I thought about trading Desmond Bane for 1 year of Paul George. Wow, he was horrible just because I'd get a first-round pick. Damn. Draymond Green also retires. Mike Budenholzer, Doc Rivers, they retire as well. PG heads to the Hall of Fame. Draymond gets his jersey retired by the Warriors. And we are here on the lottery night. We have the 7th projected pick. Do they want to give the Heat luck again? They do not. We drop to 8, which is fine. I don't think we own... oh, no, we do own the Clippers pick this year. I think from that Topic deal. So we have 8 and 17 to work with. And we're going to start off this draft. The number 1 pick, the Houston Rockets own it, and they're trading the number 1 pick for who? Oh, for Embiid. Oh, my God, for Embiid and D'Lo. That is crazy. That is insane. All right. 76ers take Tyron Stokes out of Duke. As a couple drafts ago, the Rockets traded Şengün. And wow, that is just crazy. As the Wizards are trading the 3rd pick for oh my God, for De'Aaron Fox. All right. I kind of wish I got lucky in the lottery. I thought about making some trades. I have no idea if they would say yes to this. I'm gonna just offer it. I'm offering Bam Adebayo for Nick Richards and 4 first-round picks. 1 being in this draft and 1 being my first rounder next year back for Bam. Do they accept this? They say, hold on, they want a first from me. I mean, I have, like, just, I'll give you I'll give you Usman Jang in this trade. Usman Jang's kind of irrelevant. So, I'm basically getting 4 first-round picks for Bam and Jang. In 2K, getting 4 first-round picks is a lot. I'm just looking at this team right now. I don't find where our ceiling is, and I think it makes it interesting to trade Bam. they're going to say, give us 2 seconds. We'll give you 5 first. Okay, thank you, 2K, for glitching. 5 first-round picks and Nick Richards for Zhang and Bam. We just did it. We just traded Bam Adebayo to the Charlotte Hornets. The time was to do it for them now. Brandon Miller's contract, he's going to be a free agent, restricted. And yeah, we just did that trade. So, wow, I just traded away Bam freaking Adebayo. So, I'm going to draft Cameron Holmes, a 6'7" wing from UNC. We're probably going to make him a small forward. I hate that I had to do it in division, but the Hornets were a special team to do it with because they allowed me to get my first round pick back next year. I never take this guy, but I'm just going to call him Hugo. HYM. Yeah, we're going to take Hugo here out of France, 6'8" power forward with the 10th overall pick, which we did get from the Hornets there in that trade. And then I'm going to take... I think I'm going to take Kyan Anthony, the son of Carmelo Anthony, here with 16. Yeah, so I traded Bam. This offseason has gone a very interesting way. Holmes, Hugo, and Kyan we're going to sign. Donald Humphries I got in the second round, sure. I'll sign him right now. Topic, Kolek, and Boogie Flan, let's all bring back. Yeah, I thought about maybe pairing up Giannis and Bam, but I don't know. I didn't go that route. Maybe we're going to have cap space the following year. I think Hero... Does he have an offer? He doesn't. I say we just lowball Hero. Maybe he just really likes it in Miami. 3 years, 90 million, tradable for sure. But yeah, we're gonna offer him a deal. I mean, yeah, I could sign Giannis. Do we trade Bam just to sign Giannis? I mean, we have such a young team right now. I don't know why Giannis would want to come here. And I'm going to trade Nikola Topic to the Indiana Pacers for Moses Moody, who is an expiring contract, but he was good last year, got traded to the Pacers. We could trade him at the deadline, and I'm getting a future first. So we're kind of turning into like the Brooklyn Nets, OKC Thunder. We have 1 first rounder next year, 3 in 2029. We have 3 in 2030 and 3 in 2031. And we are going to bring back Tower Hero, 3 years, 90 million. We're going to usher in a new era of Heat basketball. So Strus is gone, Vincent, Highsmith, Herter, they're all gone. Pelly Larson as well. And as we get closer to the end of free agency, Giannis goes to Philly to replace Joel Embiid. All right, Brandon Miller, Bam, and LaMelo is kind of sick. It is. I was seeing like, do I try to get in on any of these guys for cheap, like Christian Brown for cheap? Jaime Jaquez. I'm going to stay away from that. Even, of course, he shot the ball so well over in New Orleans. I thought maybe trying to get Jarris Walker for cheap, but $28 million, and he's still restricted. That ain't happening. Let's just see on the last day of free agency. And I just offered 3 deals out there to use a little bit of my cap space that we could eventually trade. Wendell Carter Jr., $10 million a year for 2 years. Devin Carter, we'll see. He's restricted, so that may get matched. I don't know if they will. Even though, you know what, Devin Carter hasn't really been good in this league. Never mind, I'm not giving him that. And Lou Dort, 2 years, $11 million. That's a no-brainer. And the Celtics actually matched Devin Carter's contract anyway. So here we go. Tower Hero is now the old guy on this team with Wendell Carter Jr. Lou Dort for so cheap. He just feels like a Heat culture guy. All right, so it's going to be an 11-man rotation. Maybe actually, hold on. Moses Moody, 17 minutes is fine. Lou Dort, 17 minutes is fine. I want to go Fland, Hero, Harwell, Ament, and Wendell Carter Jr. Moody, Dort, Kolek, Cameron Holmes, Derek Queen, Hugo, all getting minutes off the bench. So none to Kyan, Humphries, or Nick Richards this year. We're 3.5-star pace and space. Defense is 2 stars. Geez, yeah, Nate Amen, I guess, is a terrible defender. We'll just see how this team performs this year, and I do own my first-round pick if we're really bad. So we're here at the trade deadline. We are not bad. We're at 25 and 28. We do have a positive point differential. It is crazy that we've only had, what, 1 playoff series here in this video, and it was in year number 1. But we have Nate Amen really breaking out into a stud power forward. Boogie Flan, not a bad point guard whatsoever. I don't think he's a free agent at the end of this year. Isaiah Harwell is playing good. Honestly, way more efficiency than I ever got at a Jaime Jaquez. Wendell Carter Jr. has not been good. Cameron Holmes, been fine as a rookie. Want to give him more reps in the second half. Tyler Kolek, wouldn't mind re-signing him to be a backup point guard. I think I'm going to try to move Moses Moody, and maybe, as Hugo's shooting 43% from 3, maybe Lou Dort, maybe Moses Moody, and maybe Nick Richards. All right, I think I'm going to do this crazy trade with the Boston Celtics. We are going to be taking on Drew Holiday's $37 million contract. It is expiring at the end of the year. I may just release him, but I'm going to get Boston's 2031 unprotected first for Moody. And you know what? I may hold on to Nick Richards and Lou Dort now just because they're under contract in the offseason. I can't re-sign Tyler Kolek, but I'm going to release Drew Holiday. Actually, he could be a good mentor for Boogie Flan. As Wemby wins MVP, City Gay is your Rookie of the Year. Wow. Former Miami Heat. That's funny. Rocco Zikarsky, 6th Man of the Year. Depoy goes to Wemby. Koa Pete, Most Improved. Ant, Clutch Player of the Year. Bickerstaff, Coach of the Year. And Joseph Jackson, Executive of the Year. Wemby, Jokic, Luka, Giannis, and Cameron Boozer on All-NBA First Team. Here's Anthony Edwards, Dylan Harper, Cooper Flagg, Shea, and Booker on Second Team. Third Team, you have Ja, LaMelo, DeBanza, Cade, and Tatum. As the Miami Heat did not make a top 6 spot, but we did end up as the 10th seed. We do own our first-round pick this year. We go 40 and 42. I'm surprised we didn't end up making a little bit higher of a seed, but honestly, I'll take that. I think we're finding out that Nate Amen is the guy we are building around on this team. And shout out to just Tower Hero being so consistent for us over the years. As he's just still 28 years old. He's incredibly young. Let's see if we're able to beat Boston, who we traded with. We gave them Moses Moody. They gave us Drew Holiday. And we're going to see if we're able to maybe pull off an upset, I would say, in a way, as it's looking really good for us. Are we going to blow this lead in the fourth? No, we do not. We beat Boston 126-116. Harwell had 19. Hero at 18. 18 for Ament. 18 for Boogie Flag, even though he did have like 6 turnovers. We've taken on Cleveland in round 2. They won it all last year, I believe, or 2 years ago, and here they are falling off a little bit. Are we going to surprise a lot of people and maybe make it to the playoffs? Let's see. We don't have the strongest first half, but we're still in it in a way. Down by 18 with 4.5. All right, we're going to lose this. We end up losing 126-101. Hero with 23 points. Carter Jr. double-double. Harwell, ugh. A native man, ugh, gross. So let's see the NBA Finals. It's going to be the Detroit Pistons and the OKC Thunder. And even though the Timberwolves lost in 7, and on the 8-seeded Timberwolves got Conference Finals MVP, you have the Pistons winning it all. Cooper Flag is your Finals MVP. Yep, all right, he ends up winning it on Detroit. Steph and Kawhi are heading to the Hall of Fame, and it is the draft lottery now. We will have a lottery pick because we didn't make the playoffs. Our pick is staying at 13. This is the only first we own in this year's draft. So I'm intrigued to see who's going to be a free agent out there. I hope Eric Spoelstra wants to come back here because it is Spo after all. We got to bring him back. But yeah, we could look to make a big trade if we wanted to. I'm also debating, I don't know, like we could trade some, like we have a lot of young talent and we could take on some cap space right now. I think on draft night, I may look to trade some of these centers, and I'm going to trade Nick Richards to Houston for a 2030 first round pick. So if we look at our future draft capital, it's kind of insane how much we own now. Donnell McMillan from Alabama, a 6'7" wing, ends up going #1 overall. Wow, he looks really good. So yeah, he looks like by far and away the best player in this draft. We ended up drafting Louis Palmer, a 21-year-old wing, 6'6", out of College of Charleston. We're picking up the team options on Ament, Harwell, Fland, Queen, but not Humphreys. We should have a max contract slot on free agency. Devin Booker, Karl Anthony Towns, not really a ton of talent. There is Zion, but we do have Nate Ament. We'd probably be able to get him. I don't really know if I want him. Darius Garland is interesting. I don't really get Garland a ton. He's 28 years old. He would cost me a ton. I wouldn't mind getting Scoot Henderson. Obviously, he's not a great three-point shooter, but Boogie Fland's going to be a free agent next year. I don't know how much he's going to want. He's 22. He had like a breakout year last year. We could sign Reed Shepherd. He wants $39 million a year. He'd be a fun point guard to add to this team. So we'll see. We're going to renounce the rights on Humphreys and Holiday. Do we get bird rights on Kolek? Yeah, we do. He wants like $10 million. That's so cheap. But he actually gets a deal from the Timberwolves worth around $9 million a year. I think Kolek's a good player, but maybe we match it and then let's trade him to Minnesota. Yeah, you know what? You want Tyler Kolek. You're going to give me 2 first-round picks, Minnesota. Yeah, we're going to do that, which is kind of smart. We ended up using him in a sign and trade. Bronny James is actually an 81 overall, which is kind of funny. Rob Dillingham is here. I don't really know if I want him, as Reed Shepherd isn't here anymore. Same with Scoot Henderson. So I think we're going to just wait till next year's free agency class. And I think this young team can make the playoffs this year. All right, so this is what the team is going to look like. It's going to be a 10-man rotation. We're going to have Cameron Holmes. He want to say Clay Holmes, Hugo, Wendell Carter Jr., Lou Dort, and Kyan Anthony off the bench. And we're going to have Boogie Fland, Tower Hero, Isaiah Harwell, Nate Ament, and Derek Queen all start. We are 3.5 star pace and space. And we are 37-15 here at the trade deadline. We are the best team in the Eastern Conference. Shout out to Nate Ament. 22.8 points, 6.7 rebounds. This guy is a beast. Shout out to Jaime Jaquez, getting me Isaiah Harwell. Derek Queen is averaging a double-double as the starting center this year. Cameron Holmes is looking like a legitimate 6-man. This team is fun. Yeah, like Tower Hero carried this team. Now it seems like the rest of the team is starting to carry Tower Hero. If we look at the salary cap breakdown, like, we're going to have cap space in the offseason once again. Like, we're going to pick up most of these options. The only big name, like big name, is Boogie Fland, who has been good for us. We'll see what an extension looks like. But like Wendell Carter Jr. could be off the books. Lou Dort could be off the books. And I'm excited about this team. So I don't know if I'm going to make any trades at the deadline. Kind of want to just see how it performs. And Luka Doncic wins MVP this year on the Clippers. Will Riley, Rookie of the Year. He was drafted 2 drafts ago. Stokes, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby Depoy. Derek Queen, most improved. Shout out to him. Nate Ament didn't make an All-NBA team, which is kind of a shame. But we do end up getting the 1 seed in the East. We're taking on the Wizards that have Jalen Green and Fox in the backcourt. They have Sarah Kessler. Do they still have Desmond Bane? It looks like they do not. But yeah, we ended the year as a 1 seed. We had a 5.9 point differential, which would have been like 6th best in the West. So yeah, here we are in what, like 2028, 2029, and the East is still much inferior to the West. And for the playoffs, I don't think like Kyan Anthony is going to get minutes. He wasn't too bad for us this year, but we're going to go 15 to the vets. We can go 17 to Hugo. I'm fine with 24 to Holmes. Let's go 30. Honestly, let's go 33 to Queen. He's a beast for us. Let's go 30 to Harwell. And I'm going to do the rest to like Boogie and Tower Hero. So round number 1 against the Wizards. Can we get our first playoff series victory? What the all right. We were the most fraudulent 1 seed. We just got swept by an 8 seed. Not even, oh my god, like Nate Event was really good. Like Nate Event kind of sounds like main event, but not really. That was stupid. But either way, lose by 2, by 6, by 27, and then by 2. All right, I didn't think we were going to win it all this year. I'm hoping next year it could be, I don't know, like it was the 8 seed versus 7 seed in the Eastern Conference Finals. Thunder 1 and 7. All right, though, this is going to be the year. We're going into the 2030 season. This has been a long rebuild. Damian Lillard heading to the Hall of Fame. He was like a Miami Heat. Actually, he never was. So I think we're going to have a decent amount of picks here. Oh my God. We have Indy's pick. That was from the Tower, not Tower Kolek. What point guard? Nikola Topic, baby. 7 via the Lakers. We end up with the number 1 overall pick. Hopefully there's a generational player like last year. The Pacers pick. Is that going? That's going to Indy. I guess that was like top 3 protected. Unfortunately, we could have had 1 and 2. That's it. I just have 2 picks here. I don't know if any of the other ones were protected. I thought I had more picks here in 20. This is what, the 2029 draft. Just 2 here. 2030 we have like 6. 2031 we have like 6 as well. And we are going to take Eric Isley here, a center from Kansas State, 18 years old, going to be really good. And yeah, I don't know about generational good because I think there's also Clayton Payton who looks pretty good as well. But Isley is 4 years younger and 2 overalls better. And then we ended up taking Benjamin Shepard, not related to Ben Shepard, there at 26. Yeah, so we just had 2 first rounders. So we're going to pick up all these team options. Yeah, we could get a little active trade-wise. Jason Tatum, free agent. Luka Doncic, free agent. This is my time. Boogie Flan, take the qualifying offer. I think we have cap, right? Okay, I would have to free up 11 million, which isn't too hard. Tatum, like, is he going back? I mean, I could get Luka, I think. All right, I mean, I would like Luka. He would be my point guard. We could also get LaMelo Ball. There's plenty of guys here that we could try to sign. So I need to free up around 12 million in cap space, which may actually be harder than I think. I'm going to start off trading Louis Palmer to the Bulls for their first round pick. Should I just do trading for every first round pick challenge in 2030? We have so many. And then I'm going to trade Kyan Anthony to the Clippers. Could I get 2 future firsts in this deal? Yes, I can. And then I'm going to try to trade Benjamin Shepard to the Suns for a first round pick down the line. They're going to say no to that. I could throw in some seconds. Wow, I really should make a trade with all these firsts. That is insane. And they agree to that. So I am going to offer Jason Tatum a max contract. I'm going to offer, I want to say Luka, but I'm also like, do I want LaMelo Ball? Who's really good and probably a better defender than Luka. Yeah, you know what? Let's sign LaMelo Ball. I'd have a little bit money left over. And then say I can't get those guys. I mean, we'll wait on some. But I think I'm going to get LaMelo Ball. Okay, I get Jason Tatum. Yeah, do I sign Tatum? You know what? I actually think LaMelo Ball fits this team better because we have Nate Ament, we have Isaiah Harwell, we have Isley. Like, I guess, like, getting Tatum is fine. Either way, I'm going to have to renounce the rights on a lot of these guys, which kind of stinks. Do I want Tatum or do I want LaMelo? You know what? Do I want LaMelo? Give me LaMelo Ball. Let's do it. I just chose LaMelo Ball over Jason Tatum. Maybe I'm stupid. But yeah, we just did that. Hopefully I'm able to bring back some of these guys. Because we have all these first round picks to trade. Yeah, like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to bring these guys back, unfortunately. So, Brandon Boston looks pretty good. Like, I just want to give the biggest contract out. Like, Aaron Gordon, I'll sign you to a 2-year deal, $9.4 million. I may attach you with some first round picks this year. Yeah, and I can't really afford any other things than the minimum, sadly. I don't even get a mid-level, well, I guess that was on Aaron Gordon. That's a shame. And I'm going to make this trade. I'm sending Aaron Gordon, who we just signed to the Sacramento Kings. I'm going to be doing a swap with the Pacers pick and their pick, and I'm sending them a Houston 2030 first. And I don't know, like, this team is good. I don't know if it's like really good. And this is the starting lineup. LaMelo Ball, Isaiah Harwell, Caleb Gaskins, Nate Ament, and Derek Queen. We have Cameron Holmes, Eric Isley, E squared. Tower Hero is going to now come off the bench, and Hugo there. I guess I could have traded Hero. That could have made some things interesting in the offseason, but I like this team, and I want to get Hero a ring. So let's see how it performs this year. We start off the year 2 games on the road, and hey, we are 2-0 to start off the year. I'm excited to watch LaMelo Ball and Nate Ament cook together. So I look at this team, and I could make like a really big trade. We're 42-11, but it would have to involve me trading away Tower Hero. So I don't know. Is my like judgment and like just the way that I feel for like Tower Hero and I want to get him a ring. Gonna cloud my judgment of adding like a Zion Williamson I could trade him for, or somebody that's like a 93 overall because we have all these draft picks. Like if I win it all this year, I'm gonna end this draft or this video with all of these picks, which is insane. Screw it. We're gonna just advance through the season and hope we can get a ring. Our leading scorer, I believe, is LaMelo Ball. No, it is Nate Ament, followed by LaMelo Ball, Harwell, Gaskins, Cameron Holmes, who I think may start over Gaskins for the playoffs at the 3 spot. Because if I change him to a small forward, does he go up? Yes, he does. So yeah, I guess I could have signed the MVP in Luka Doncic, but you know, I doubt he wins MVP here. Eric Spoelstra, Coach of the Year, we go 66-16, and we are going to be the 1 seed going up against the 8-seeded Knicks. I would have loved to face like the Wizards again for just sweeping us last year. I can't believe that happened. So this team is really good. What was our point differential at the end of the year? 14. Wow, the East is so bad. 2 above 1, and then yeah, they. Okay, that is just embarrassing. So let's see for the rotation in the playoffs. I think like Hugo, really good player, really good stretch for. I think Hero can get like 15 minutes. I think Isolate, like he needs a little bit more time. Gonna go like 17 to him, maybe 20 to Hugo actually. I'm gonna start Holmes over Gaskins. So I think Gaskins gonna get like 23 minutes. Let's go more to Queen. Let's go like 29 to him. Let's go 30 to Holmes. 4 more minutes. Harwell could play a little bit more. And then let's go 37 to Ament and LaMelo Ball. We're taking on the Knicks in round number 1. Garland, Grimes, OG, Watson, and Abraham Joom Maker Bowl. And they do have Jalen Green off the bench. We are going to sweep the Knicks, and we're going to be taking on the Atlanta Hawks in round number 2. I'm honestly not worried about a team until, oh my God, Philly, the only other respectable team in the East, lost. So, I mean, I could get cocky here. I mean, Edgecombe, Bilal, and Jalen Johnson is a fun trio on the perimeter, but wait, do they have Dash Daniels off the bench? Yeah, it's not even Dyson Daniels, it's Dash Daniels. And can we end up beating them? Yes, we win in 5. So here we go, taking on Bam Adebayo and LaMelo's old team. Yeah, I never put that together. We traded them Bam, we took LaMelo, and we sweep them. So Nate Ament, you are a god. We're here in the NBA Finals. We are taking on the OKC Thunder. They're the 4 seed. It's a very, very, very good team. And in the playoffs, I just want to see our winning scorer. It is Nate Ament. So here we go. Game 1, a rematch of the 2012 Finals. We win Game 1. LaMelo with 30. Game 2 goes to the Heat. Game 3 to the Heat. Don't blow a 3-0 lead. We swept them. We just went 16-1 in the playoffs. Wow. We just went undefeated. And LaMelo Ball is your Finals MVP. That was a fun rebuild. Honestly, I did not think I was going to be trading Bam Adebayo, but that really changed the course of this rebuild, and we built internally and then used our big market to sign LaMelo Ball. And that is going to be for me. I hope you guys did enjoy this Heat rebuild. If you did, I would appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Hit that subscribe button if you were not already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.